Hi. This is the first annual 4th of July Carnival Parade sponsored by the Coon Rapids Lions Club. I'm Marlis Moon along with Karen Savanich, and we are going to be reporting on this parade for you.
It's a beautiful evening, isn't it, Marlis?
It's a gorgeous evening.
I'd say it's about 60, 62, something like that.
That's right. And it isn't raining yet?
No, we wouldn't be out here with all this electronics if it was.
That's for sure.
As you mentioned, this is the first annual parade.
Yes, and there are a lot of people that have come out for it too, which is, well, surprised me a little bit on one hand, and yet on the other hand, I guess not.
Uh-huh. Yeah, folks lined up all up and down the street here. We're on Northdale Boulevard, just outside of Soderberg School.
Mm-hmm. And here comes the squad car along. I can see that.
That obviously is our parade escort.
Ah.
Waving to all the folks. Coming up next is the Vfw Color Guard.
Oh, that's where everyone is standing, right?
Yes.
Good.
This is VFW Post 9625, located on Coon Rapids Boulevard. There's 5 members of the Color Guard.
And what do we have here? We have Mayor Thompson and his wife.
Of course, Bill Thompson is the mayor of Coon Rapids.
That's right.
That's an interesting carriage, isn't it?
I guess so. I like the way the lights flash in back. And another one that looks the same, and this is Jim Fox and Jolene, and
they're with the Lions Club.
Right.
And the Lions are the sponsor.
The sponsors, right.
This year's parade.
And I see that they're riding in Bunker Hill Stables. That's where they got them, the horses and the carts. Isn't that wonderful?
Terrific.
Yeah, that's great.
Oh, and there's our police chief.
There he is.
Chief Steve Ahrens.
Right.
Riding along with him is Jerry Nelson, ex-police chief of Coon Rapids.
It's always nice to have the police chief on hand.
And this looks to be the Crystal Follies Royalty Float.
They have their princess and their Miss Crystal, Kim Kantorowicz.
Their celebration theme this year is fireworks, and the Crystal Ball, their celebration is being held July 22nd through the 25th over in Crystal.
Isn't that nice? What a colorful float that is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we have something funny coming along here now.
Looks like the Aqua Jesters.
And they are so popular with everyone. Oh, they have ducks. Oh, ducks.
Hi. Of course, the Aqua Jesters are a club that's been together since 1947. We're going to see clowns from their group throughout the parade today.
The children love to see the clowns. And I think even adults would, you know, sometimes they don't want to admit it, but they really do like to see them anyways.
Sure, and of course the Aqua Jesters are all volunteers. They appear at many parades, hospitals, nursing homes, and charitable functions.
It's really nice of them to go to the hospitals for the kids and people who aren't feeling well. It kind of cheers them up a lot.
Yes, and the best part is they're nonprofit.
Right. They help a lot of people.
The Snowflake Days float, sponsored by the city of Coon Rapids, is next.
Well,
riding on the float, we have the 1993 Snowflake Days royalty.
We have to wait for Mr. Clown to get out of the way before we can get into the snowflake persons.
They're such showmen, aren't they?
They really are. I want to play along here with everybody.
Oh, this is pretty.
Oh, here they come. Isn't that nice?
Yes.
They have the Snowflake Days Junior and Teenage Royalty and Miss Coon Rapids.
And there's Carolyn Voss.
And
holding the reins.
She's holding the reins. Isn't that neat?
Oh, they look wonderful.
Oh, it's a beautiful float.
Hi, Carolyn. She's terrific.
Yeah. And we have another one coming up here pretty quick. And that's the Snowflake Days.
Oh, they're reminding us the celebration is going to be in February, the 4th through the 13th. That's always a good time, isn't it?
It's cold, but it's good.
Yeah.
And there's the raccoon showing off his stuff.
Everybody's
part
waving.
of the celebration.
Coon Rapids has so many wonderful events. The 4th of July Carnival, Snowflake Days.
A lot of people participate in those things. And I've gone to Snowflake Days and watched some of the dog races and things, and they're really wonderful.
Whoa.
What's this? What is this?
This is the folks from Burnett Realty.
And here it comes.
They have a hot air balloon basket and burner, but they're missing the balloon.
Oh, yeah. They're not going to take off anyway. They're just going to show us how it works, I guess.
They must have thought it would be an interference or something.
Yeah.
Of course, Burnett Realty's theme is fire, so guess that explains that float.
I guess it does.
Oh, and there's Kristen Deritich, Miss Coon Rapids. Great gal. We had her on our Coon Rapids profile show.
That we did. The Anoka County Traveler will soon
Kristen
be...
will be...
oh, excuse me.
She'll be competing for Miss Minnesota coming up in the fall.
Oh, good, good.
There we have it. The Anoka County
here
Traveler.
comes the Anoka County Traveler.
Have you used this service before?
I haven't used it, but I'm certainly glad that we have it because I know a lot of people who are using it, otherwise couldn't get around.
Sure. Of course, the Anoka County Traveler is the minibus vehicle that goes and provides door-to-door transportation for folks within Anoka County. Following behind the van, we have the car with the volunteer drivers.
Isn't that terrific?
Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah.
Those
volunteer things are so wonderful to have. It saves a lot of money for people, and it gives others a chance to do something for their community. Wellness screening is coming up. Here it is.
This wellness RV van goes out on location, provides cholesterol testing, diabetes. It's operated by the Health One people.
You know, I didn't know they had one of those. That's pretty neat.
See that out and about occasionally.
Oh.
Providing many valuable services for the community. Probably see them later on at the Anoka County Fair this year, too.
I'll bet we will. I bet we will.
What an evening, isn't it? It's nice, but it's not nice. I can feel a sprinkle or two. Can you?
I can feel it like it's maybe going to try to rain a little bit, but it's just not going to make it, is it?
No. We're going to get this parade in before it rains.
We're going to keep on keeping on here.
Coon Rapids, of course, is celebrating the 4th of July Carnival, and the folks are all getting ready down at Sand Creek Park tonight.
And they have big doings down there with the different bands and things that go on each night.
And of course, this is the first event of the weekend celebration.
It is the first one. I think that's terrific that we got in on the first one.
Yeah, the first event, and here we are.
Here we are.
Today we're brought to you by a joint effort, actually. The folks at the cable company and us folks at the city of Coon Rapids kind of joined forces, brought our van out here today, and that's how we're able to make the video for you folks to watch at home. And it's terrific. This is the first annual parade. It's amazing. And of course, we're having a little bit of sprinkles, but hey, we just got through with the golf tournament, and it rained every day, but it didn't matter. We had record-setting crowds every day anyway.
There were so many people there. It was amazing, wasn't it? You would wonder if they would come out, but they did. And I don't see anyone leaving here yet, so they're all anxiously waiting for the next float to come by. I know they are.
Oh, and we've got spectators from all over the Anoka County area. I see folks with Osseo shirts, Champlin, Irondale.
Right.
Just a wide variety of folks. Appears as though we've hit a delay in the parade, but it sounds like a band or something is coming, don't you think?
I can hear a band down there, yeah.
Here's some drums going.
Right.
You can see some of the crowd popping up their umbrellas. Many of the folks bringing lawn chairs, blankets. We saw some folks eating pizza even before the event started. Get here early.
I even sort of hinted, but they didn't give me a piece. So.
There they are waving to us. Yeah, next year, well, I'm sure we'll have the parade again. Of course, the folks at the Lions Club are the sponsors, and I'm sure they would recommend getting here early and bringing a lawn chair.
We've certainly had a lot of help from the Lions in our city. They have been a great help in adding the Lions Park and adding every year, or maybe even more than once a year, they give some more things to the park and money to help sponsor other things as well. So It's really a terrific organization, and now they're sponsoring this parade, and I think that's really great.
Yes.
Great for the community.
They're terrific.
They're
And of course, the firefighters and the Lions are the joint sponsors for the carnival.
Right, they are.
And that runs Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
So lots of fun things happening this weekend in Coon Rapids.
And when you want to talk about the firefighters, they provide blood pressure checks free of charge. So if anyone, has a problem with blood pressure, they can always go to the fire station and get themselves a check from the firemen, and they do that free. And they also go into the schools, and we've gone into the schools with our program, with our cameras and taped their program for the children. And we put some of that on the air so people can be aware of what they are doing there as far as education goes.
Mm-hmm.
And they do this with like National Fire Prevention Week or other events that the school might have.
Mm-hmm. The fire department does have its administrative offices located in City Hall. The firefighters respond to emergencies from one of two fire stations located in our community. Station number 2 is located near the intersection of Northdale and Foley.
Which isn't far from here, actually.
No, actually, we're real close to that one. And Station 3 is located at the intersection of Crooked Lake Boulevard and 113th Avenue, right behind the shopping center there.
Right, uh-huh.
Those two stations are staffed 24 hours a day. We do have a full-time fire department.
Which is a wonderful thing to have.
days a year. Yes, that means a lot. And 27 career firefighters are on staff, 20 on call, not to mention those part-time firefighters too.
All right, and they do a good job for us.
Mm-hmm. I see a few things coming. We've got about a quarter mile to go here. Just can't see them yet.
No. People are having a good time, though. They're sitting around and chatting with each other, and they're standing up and they're peeking over to see if they can see anybody coming down the parade route yet, and drinking a can of pop or whatever they brought along, and so they're really being very attentive to this parade.
What a great way to get people involved and get them to visit Coon Rapids, invite them to be in the parade. We've got so many bands from all the different high schools. It's terrific.
Oh, yeah.
And if all these people go down to Sand Creek Park after this,
ooh, we'll have a nice crowd down there, that's for sure.
They've got bingo going on. They've got the carnival rides. And I know the firefighters are serving food.
Oh.
They have music, entertainment.
Yep. And later on in the week, I would imagine they'll be having fireworks, right?
Oh, I would imagine.
Seeing as how it's the 4th of July weekend, anyway.
It does appear to be a band coming up next.
I see something coming along there, but I'm not yet. Oh, here it is. Here it is. It's coming on down the way. Yeah. Oh, we gotta wait and see. Wait and see till it gets a little bit closer, I guess.
Those aren't clowns, those are kids. No.
Oh, somebody jumped on us walking across the street. What have we got here? This is a mystery for a moment.
Actually, I see the band coming up belongs to Irondale High School. Irondale's located on Long Lake Road in New Brighton. And it just so happens I graduated from there.
No kidding. You graduated from Irondale?
Oh, I thought you were going to say from high school.
No. Oh, I figured you graduated from high school.
Yes, I did graduate from high school, and Irondale is the school that we're talking about. The pickup truck here appears to be from the Lions. I imagine we'll see them throughout the parade.
Oh, that's what they're doing. They're throwing out some candy or something? Is that what they're doing? It's hard to see. Oh, and here comes Irondale's parade. Or I'm sorry, Irondale's band.
Jeff Goldsmith is the director. The band has won several awards. Most recently in 1993 for the North Star Circuit Winter Guard. They were the grand champions. And the Minnesota Percussion Association has also awarded them grand champion status in 1993. Irondale High School bands are planning to travel. They've got France, Germany, Austria, and Switzerland all planned as upcoming trips.
All right, we made it.
Most of these should take place during spring break 1994. As you can tell by the cheering, lots of Irondale fans here tonight.
I think when they get up here, they're going to do a number or something, a routine of some kind.
I guess we better introduce them before all that music starts.
Yeah,
Jeff Goldsmith is the director. Gary Swanson is in charge of color guard. Bruce Seagren with percussion. Joel Matuzik also with percussion. And Brent Turner is in charge of the visual. And they look great.
Look at their beautiful costumes.
Wow, they've got a lot of people. Irondale is located in New Brighton. They do serve the communities of Moundsview, New Brighton, and Shoreview. According to our fact sheet, the band has 155 members. Lots of Irondale fans here tonight.
They're really attentive.
Of course, all the bands are competing. We've got 4 judges here just beyond our stand, making sure everything is perfect.
Oh, they have a dance that they're doing, and that's probably what's keeping them a little longer on the route. But it's gorgeous, isn't it? It's beautiful. Did you tell us about some of the awards they'd won yet?
I was just looking at that. They're the 3-time grand champion, 91, 92, and 93 at the Alexandria Viking Land Band Festival. This band does a lot of traveling, Marlis.
They certainly do.
The Hutchinson Water Carnival, grand champion there 2 years in a row.
Wow.
This year they went to Benson, Minnesota. They were the winners in the Pioneer Band Fest.
Oh, and look at that. They're planning to travel to France.
Yes.
Germany, Austria, Switzerland. Wow, what a tour. That would be a 1994 break.
They must take all 155 members with them, huh?
I'm going to give you a shot at the judges here.
And there's some people who are very closely watching this parade.
They certainly are. They watch, I imagine they watch every little detail that goes by and take stock.
Those are the 4 people you want to impress. Great outfits, isn't it? Everyone looks terrific. The 1993 Irondale High School Band.
They must have to train a long time for this precision work that they do. Well, then, you know, to get good enough to go to all of those places, I guess you really must be into it, so that you spend a lot of time.
A lot of hours and effort into this practice that goes into this.
They're really committed was the word I was trying to find, I guess. They really are committed to it.
Very good.
You bet it was. And look what's coming now. Miss Columbia Heights float will soon be right in front of us here. And their theme for this year is Proud to be an American. And you can tell because they're decorated out in red, white, and blue, and silver. And Miss Columbia Heights is riding on the float. And their jamboree has just been over. It's June 23rd to the 27th. So they've just finished their local celebration.
Wonderful. Terrific. And the next float we have is from Albertville. Albertville, our neighbors to the north,
Pretty.
sent us their princesses,
Red and
senior
white.
and junior royalty. And the Albert Friendly City Days is something that the city of Albertville sponsors. That's usually held the second weekend in June.
They started that program in 1976. They're bicentennial.
Now it's known as the Albertville Friendly City Days.
And who is this?
This is Jim Sweet driving his 1927 Model T.
Isn't that cute?
Jim is from Blaine. Likes to think of himself as Laurel and Hardy when he's driving this vehicle.
He feels that funny, huh?
And now we have the people from Queen's Court.
And they have girl members aging from 10 to 17. And
Specializing in country dancing.
Yeah, they'll be coming up shortly. Right now we're just looking at the girls that are carrying the banner, and here's the truck.
And that appears to be Mary Sue Simon. She's the director and parade coordinator for Queen's Court.
And there are the girls. They're stepping lively there.
Queen's Court has been in existence for 14 years. They offer formal performing, and they've been doing the formal stuff for the last 10 years.
This is everybody's favorite, country dancing.
Aren't they terrific?
Yep, they really are. I love it.
Queen's Court is located in Shoreview.
There they go. Everybody can really get into the kick of it. Must be a big kick. They have a lot of line dancing out there now for people to learn how to dance, and I think it's terrific that the young people are getting into that.
Mm-hmm. And those were all girls ages 10 to 17.
Right. There's a car coming up here.
It's the folks with the St. Paul Winter Carnival. They sent us their royal family.
My, you mean all of those cars are theirs, huh? All? Think so?
There's King Boreas
All right.
and the Queen of the Snows.
Driving
Nice Corvette.
really beautiful. I'm just
And here
in
comes
awe.
another
And
one.
here's a red one, even better.
This car is holding the 1993 Prime Minister for the St. Paul Winter Carnival and the Captain of the Guard. They look great. And of course, Winter Carnival is such a fun time over in St. Paul.
Oh, they have a great time.
We'll have to invite them back for Snowflake Days.
Yeah, we really should do that. Maybe we should have a Snowflake Days parade, too.
We should. And here's our 1993 Northwind Princess and King of the Northwind.
Right. Oh, my, they
Hello.
are noisy there. There's another one coming up. He's waving his saber left and right down there.
Oh, it's the East Wind and his princess.
Oh, no wonder. No wonder.
Whoa.
They have 17 members to their royal family. That
Looks like
is-
most of them have joined us today, too.
It looks like I think they have a lot of them here, if not all. There he comes. The South Wind. 1993 Southwind and his princess.
Of course, St. Paul Winter Carnival has been in existence since 1886.
That's been a long, long time. They've had some real cold winters to put up with too, but I think they've loved every minute of it.
And here's our West Wind and his princess. Uh-oh.
Oh, dear
That
me.
siren is familiar.
Oh, is it ever. Especially when you start thinking about the Winter Carnival over there in St. Paul.
Oh my, here they are.
I wonder.
It's the Vulcans.
I wonder if they're as bad as their name sounds.
Now they have a lot of fun with the audience. While those Vulcans are out in the audience, we see Klondike Kate riding along in the truck.
That's Klondike Kate. I've been waiting to meet her. And here it is. Somebody's going to get a black mark. Oh, boy, isn't that something?
The whole Vulcan crew is out here.
Oh, dear me. Oh, even I got a black mark today, I bet you, from the Vulcan.
Oh, my.
Oh, you too.
Thank you. Aren't they fun?
They're really neat. I know that didn't seem so bad.
I guess we survived.
I guess so. And
They're
here we
kissing all
have
the girls.
a King and Queen of Hearts, Park River Estates Care Center. Isn't that quite the car, though? Wow. Do you know what kind that is, Karen?
I think it looks like a Chevy, Marlis.
That's a really old one anyway. They painted it up. It looks great.
I could be wrong on that. We're going to get some calls to the station now. That's not a Chevy.
That's probably not a Chevy, folks. I don't really. We're just sort of guessing here, but it really was pretty.
The folks from Park River Estates Care Center. Coming up, Fancy Dancing from Coon Rapids.
Oh, fancy dancing.
I imagine they're going to be entertaining us here with their two-stepping.
Oh, they have quite a few people in their numbers there. Look, a lot of girls of all ages coming up here. They got the rhythm. There they go.
Those are the folks from Fancy Dancing.
They do a good job. A lot of moxie coming out here and dancing in front of all these people.
Mm-hmm.
More fancy dancing people.
Of course, Fancy Dancing is located right here in Coon Rapids.
Oh, we have lots of good things located right here in Coon Rapids too, don't we?
Mm-hmm. Community that really does care about its children.
You bet it does. It really does. And
The kids are really enjoying themselves.
they love to ride in parades.
They're doing a great job, aren't they?
Uh-huh.
And of course, I saw some moms walking along the Fancy Dancing crew just in case.
Just in case there was a problem. And who do we have here? We have
Miss
Champlin Park.
Blarney of Minneapolis?
Oh, I'm on the
I didn't know we had a Miss Blarney. Oh, she's
right.
pretty.
Yeah.
Dana Super, 1993, Miss Blarney, Minneapolis.
Well, that's a lot of clover leaves. Well, no, they're not clover leaves, are they? My goodness, shamrocks. Where am I? And there they go. I guess I better go kiss a shamrock now.
Now we've got the Champlin Park
There it
Marching
comes.
Rebels.
There it comes.
I know a lot of folks have been waiting for this band to come by.
Yes, they've been mentioning that it's their very first year. The very first year that their school has been completed, actually.
That's
and
right.
So it would be their very first year of band, very first year of almost everything, I'm sure. And so then they haven't competed any other years, so they're going to They're going to be going along and competing at the National Weekend in Indianapolis in November, which I think is really quite a coup for them.
All of those folks add up to a total of 130 people participating.
Ooh,
That's a big
lot
program.
of people.
The Champlin Park Marching Rebels director is Stephen Lyons. As you mentioned, Marlis, this is the school's first year in existence. A lot of good programs coming out of that high school.
It's a beautiful school. I've been over there and looked around it and learned a little bit about their program. It's a wonderful facility.
They did become in existence in time to take first place at last year's Anoka Halloween Parade.
Oh, great.
They've got one title under their belt.
1993 Halloween Parade, huh?
92.
92? Oh, okay. Halloween hasn't come up yet, has it?
Yeah, they're just about done with their first school year.
That's right.
Now, this is quite a bit different than the Irondale group, isn't it?
Uh-huh,
This is
it is.
more traditional.
Yeah. Really, it's nice. Brand new uniforms and everything sparkles.
Oh, sure. The Sons of Norway Lodge from Anoka has coming up behind the Champlin Park Band.
And that...
And I know I'm going to get this wrong, but I've got to give it a try. Vfw Lodge, number 559. They were organized in Anoka back in 1976. They have 280 members from around the Anoka County area. Their float is a replica of the old Norwegian storehouse. That thing is about 60 feet long. President Chet Tollefson and his wife Gladys are riding on the Sons of Norway float. Of course, Sons of Norway is a cultural fraternal organization. They're having a good time.
Did you say that they were organized in 1976?
Yeah, that's what I have.
Yeah, that's a long time that they've been in existence now.
Mm-hmm. And we have some folks from the Minneapolis Aquatennial joining us now. This is the 54th year of the Minneapolis Aquatennial. And these are the Mississippi Service Unit of the Girl Scouts.
Did you notice that I think the Vulcans have gotten to the Girl Scouts there? And here's Senator Don Petzold.
Of course, it wouldn't be a parade without having a few dignitaries about.
Oh, never. Never, never would it go. And the Greater Twin Cities St. Bernard Club. Oh, look at those gorgeous, gorgeous dogs.
Wow.
And they have their little barrels they're carrying along there too. What's in them? What's in them, I wonder?
Isn't that terrific?
And look at, they can pull the kids. Oh, I wish I had one that could pull children like that. Wouldn't that be
Oh,
fun?
and the puppies are bringing up the rear. Oh, I love it.
Oh, the puppies are great.
St. Bernard Club of the Greater Twin City area.
Oh,
if you have a
yeah.
St. Bernard, why not join them?
What? Really?
That would be so much fun. Oh, look at the crowd just going crazy over these animals.
They love those dogs. I don't blame them.
Kids and pets, huh, Marlis?
Right. And a lot of people are kids at heart all for a long, long time. So they like the dogs for a long time. You sometimes wonder about the St. Bernard, how much dog food you have to supply in order for them to keep on growing as big as they are. They're really something.
And they had puppies of all ages.
Yeah, they did.
Coming up next is the band from Osseo Senior High School. John Olson is the director of this band. In the past, they've traveled to Washington, D.C. They've marched in the National Independence Day Parade, the Philadelphia Freedom Festival Parade. And they've also been to Maryland. Last summer, they marched in the National Cherry Festival Parade held in Michigan, and they took first place in that one.
Boy, they're really going to town, aren't they?
They take pride in participating in over 10 parades throughout Minnesota throughout the June and July months. The band does have 155 members.
Their school colors are orange and black on the white uniform. So today they're wearing the black outfit with the orange and white. That's pretty. That's a nice combination.
Mm-hmm. Osseo High School, of course, located in Osseo. They pull kids from all over the northern suburbs, too. And they have a lot of fans here today, too, don't they, Marlis?
That sounds like it. There's a lot of clapping here for them.
A lot of cheering.
You bet.
Of course, they all know the judges are just beyond us.
Well, they deserve it. They're doing a good job.
Actually, I've got two directors here. I better mention both of them. I've got John Olson and Mike Haas. I hope I'm pronouncing that right.
I think so. Mm-hmm.
According to this, they travel in 4 buses. That's a lot of people, Marlis.
That's a lot of people and a lot of instruments.
155 band members plus the staff that goes along with them. There's certainly a lot of talent with that group.
Boy, there certainly are, and people have appreciated them too. They really gave them a big hand. Here come one of their
we better
vehicles.
mention their vehicle. The Osseo High School Marching Band vehicle is compliments of Brookdale Pontiac and GMC. The Osseo Orioles High School Band. And these must be the folks from Treasure Island Casino.
Ah, is it?
Instead of having their pirate ship this year, they're having their top alcohol funny car.
It looks pretty great to me.
Yeah.
Why did they call it funny, I wonder?
Apparently they race that car and have a lot of fun doing it.
Well, I'm sure that it gives the people a lot of things to do and a lot of places to go and be.
There's one of those judges keeping an eye on that band.
Yeah, he's marking his paper fast and furiously, isn't he?
Yes. Wouldn't you like to get a look over his shoulder?
Oh, dear. And here, Coon Rapids Park and Recreation Committee.
Just to remind everybody of those terrific parks we have in Coon Rapids.
Oh, they keep them up. They keep working on them all the time.
And here we go with the Coon Rapids
Baseball.
High School Baseball. We've got some names here we wanted to mention. Okay, number 34 is Jeff Pelkey. He's a pitcher. He's all-conference, all-metro honorable mention, and all-state. Number 17, Brandon Grosvenor. He does outfield, and he also pitches. He's all-conference, all-metro honorable mention, and all-state. And number 12, Nick Izo. He's a senior captain catcher. He's all-metro, all-region, all-conference. And Bronny Grosvenor is the Coon Rapids Baseball Association president, and they would like to say thank you to Chrysler Plymouth for the donation of their car.
And there goes East Bethel and their dignitaries, the queens and the princesses. Oh, New Brighton is coming up here with a beautiful gold and green float.
Of course, New Brighton celebrates Stockyard Days every year, usually held in August, starting about the 26th. They've got their royalty on their float, too.
Looks like it would be a fun place to go, right?
Yes.
Stockyard Days.
They've been having their celebration for 30 years. Originally, it started out in 1886 when the stockyards were moved to New Brighton. In 1917, the stockyards were moved to South St. Paul, so New Brighton didn't have them any longer, but that's why they celebrate Stockyard Days.
Here we go, the Deere program. That's a gorgeous float, too.
And
reminding all the kids to keep off drugs.
That Deere minivan is pulling a Bayliner boat. They must
say that.
Awesome.
Right. And
miniature driving mules.
Right, here they come.
Wow. You know, we really don't have that much information on them.
No. Coon Rapids Lioness, serving the community.
And they are definitely serving the community tonight. They're tossing out candy as they pass on by. Wonderful.
Since 1969, they've been in business.
So it's not just the lions here in Coon Rapids, it's the lionesses as well.
The lady lions, too, huh?
Hi.
And the kids are running out in the street and picking up some of the candy that have been tossed out at them. And they really enjoy having that.
Boy, there's a lot of people lining the streets, and parking is incredible. People are parking a couple blocks away and walking over.
Walking in, right.
Coming up next, it's the folks from the St. Francis High School and their marching band. Richard Worcester is their director. St. Francis High School, of course, located in St. Francis. And again, they pull kids from all over the northern suburbs, too.
Yes, it's really neat the way that they have the schools integrated, if you want to call it integrated that way.
Yeah, open enrollment is wonderful. Now, this is a smaller group. This band has approximately 85 people participating this evening. Compared to, was it Osseo was 155?
155, right. A smaller high school, and yet they can have a pretty good-sized band here.
And they've got some nice colors, too, don't they?
They certainly do.
And they're getting ready to show their best for those judges.
It's such a wonder to me how so many rows and so many people can perform exactly in the same moment. You know, twirl at the right moment and everything, the right steps, and I have a hard time doing things like that. And here comes the band. We'll probably have to let them play so that, because they won't be able to hear us speak anyway. There they go. That was pretty nice. I bet the judges are giving them high marks.
They've got some tough judging ahead of them, don't they?
Oh, they have a lot of competition here for this prize or getting an award.
And all these folks in red appear to be from Target.
Ah, now whatever made you guess Target? Every time we go into Target, we see a lot of red, and that's great. Then we can find them any place.
Oh, here we have Miss St. Francis and her princess. Let them go by.
We'll let those go by, And here comes the Target people.
Here's some rowdy people from Target. Of course, Target is a pretty big employer here in Coon Rapids.
Yes, it employs a lot of young people and gives them some hours that they can work and go to school and do what they have to do. Oh, they even have a routine to do. How about that?
Dan Sweetie.
They are precision also.
Dan Sweetie is a manager at Target. He's the director out there today. Oh, are they having a ball?
Oh, dear.
That's great. They can participate in the parade like this.
That is. And he's giving them the orders. He better watch out. He's going to get run right over.
Organized carts.
Is that how they train them to go out and pick up the carts, I wonder? What a routine.
Be sure to mention this to your Target manager when you see them next time you're out shopping.
Yeah, that you saw them doing their routine. Oh, he's even giving him a squirt with a squirt gun. Look at that. And Country Thunder, it's 104.1 KJJO.
Few folks from there waving to us. Of course, country music's pretty popular here in Coon Rapids.
Hey, it certainly is.
I don't know if that guy should be hanging out of the van driving like that.
Was he actually driving? I thought maybe he had someone in there helping him a little bit.
Oh my.
Ooh, yes, here it comes. This is the Anoka Halloween unit. And it has 4 royalty on it, 1 queen and 2 princesses, and 1 Miss Congeniality. And of course, they have their parade or their celebration at Halloween time, which Saturday, October 30th. And of course, being Halloween, they have to have the black color and the orange color. I mean, that is very typical. Look at how mean this little car looks here, and it's kind of scary. Yeah.
Halloween capital of the world.
That's right.
Our neighbor to the west.
A lot of pumpkins grown in the area so that they can be carved up by young people, and I love it when I can go into Anoka and see all of their colorful windows that the high school people paint on all the stores.
And if you've never been to downtown Anoka for the parade or the celebration, you've got to check it out.
Oh, it's terrific, yeah. And here we go with Bingo the Clown. Bingo the Clown is a Coon Rapids resident.
And Bingo the Clown is actually representing Ground Round Restaurants.
Right.
Located in Coon Rapids.
Yeah, I think if you go over there, you'll probably see Bingo at some time or other. And they're walking.
Luther is walking behind there.
Another state senator.
One of Bill's platforms is children. Wants to make sure that things are going to be good for the kids of the future. And he's also the assistant majority leader of the Minnesota Senate. Boy, this is a political family. His wife Darlene is also in the Minnesota House of Representatives. Okay, Marlis, are you ready for this? Our own
And
hometown
what
band.
is coming now?
Lots of people waiting for this one. Must be an emergency. That police officer needs to get by.
And there he goes. That's nice. Oh, a little thrill along here.
Kind of hard to get a parade to move out of the way, isn't
Yeah, I think so, yes.
Well, it turned out to be a really nice evening after all.
Oh, yes, the sprinkles went away and everybody settled down. Even the umbrellas are down, if you notice.
Yes.
They all went down.
But folks have not left the sides of the street.
No, no, they're hanging in there. They
Everybody's
really,
still here.
they're excited to see what's coming up, I'm sure.
Yeah, and we're just about done. We've only got a few more things coming up the rear here.
And this is going to be the,
road.
I hope so. This is nice because we have our own band, our own high school band representing us here. And soon they'll be performing right in front of us, I'm sure.
The Coon Rapids Cardinals Marching Band is under the direction of Susan Allen. Coon Rapids High School is located at 2340 Northdale Boulevard in Coon Rapids.
It looks as though they've been traveling a little bit. Washington, D.C., Winnipeg, Manitoba, Cheyenne, Wyoming. That's getting around too, isn't it?
Yeah.
There comes their sign and their flags. Color Guard.
Wow. This is a big band.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine they have more trips planned too. All right, we're gonna get the best of it now. It's just in time for the judging.
Ooh, look at this. Those are beautiful flags they have.
Karen, check if you're on program.
Okay. About 75 people in that Coon Rapids band.
Boy. Here we have a tractor that's coming on down the road. This tractor is owned by Dave Jund. It's a 1942 John Deere Model B. It was introduced in 1935. I think my father had one of those. And it was made until 1953. I know I had a good time jumping up and down and trying to ride on it. It was the most popular selling John Deere, and it was acquired in 1991 from Art Johnson, his wife's, that is Dave Jund's wife's grandfather was the seller there. After sitting in the barn for over 20 years, it took approximately 1 year to restore. Looks like he has some of his family riding along with him there in the wagon.
And you can see more tractors like this at the 23rd Annual Rogers Threshing Show. This will be held August 20th, 21st, and 22nd in Rogers.
Oh. And there are more tractors coming along here. One is owned by Charles Jund, the 1938 John Deere Model A, introduced in 1934, and it was made until 1953. Over 292,000 Model A's were made, and they were rescued from a salvage yard in North Dakota. And it took, this one was at least, and it took approximately 1 year to restore. All the John Deere tractors up until 1960s had two-cylinder horizontal engine, and they ran on mostly on kerosene.
If you're interested in attending the Rogers Threshing Show, the gates open at 8 o'clock every day. Admission is $4 for adults. Children 12 and under are free, and Rogers is about 25 minutes from Minneapolis.
So there we have a farm-haul tractor, which is from the Rogers show, I'm sure. And what have we coming here? horses, but not under the hood, right?
This is the folks from the Fridley 49er days. This float is holding Miss Fridley and two of her princesses.
Oh, that's pretty. I like the way the wheels are going around on the wagon there.
Yeah.
Looks like they just had their celebration too, June 16th through the 20th.
Yeah, this is their 19th year of celebrating the Fridley 49er days. The royalty from Fridley will be participating in about 25 parades this summer.
And coming up, we have another patriotic type of float. It is red, white, and blue with flags coming out there. And that's, listen to this, calliope music. I love it.
These are the folks from Payne Avenue Hardware over in St. Paul, our own hardware store on Payne Avenue.
Isn't that nice?
They're having fun. Very patriotic.
Oh, and the Army is here. What do we have?
National Guard people.
National Guards.
Why don't we get cool trucks like that?
Yeah. I like the way they paint them. I could paint that way.
Yeah.
It's nice to have these people around, and they're ready to take action anytime it's necessary. They help us out in all kinds of events, especially when we have floods or we have some kind of disaster. They're there to help.
They certainly do.
And what do we have here?
Of course,
something
this
that
vehicle.
everybody needs.
Reminding us to keep sanitary.
And it's the cleanest truck I've seen in a long time. Very nice.
And this is an important vehicle too, because this reminds us all that we need to recycle.
That's for sure. And it helps out a lot.
Of course, Coon Rapids has been doing recycling now for about 2 years. Of course, life would be pretty tough without vehicles like this, don't you think,
Yeah.
Marlis?
They have a good, recycling program here in Coon Rapids. That's true. Because not only can you have it picked up at the curb, but there are other times when you can bring in recyclable things different times of the year. So that's good too. And what do we have here? We have the fire engine. That's a beautiful rig.
Richard Moen is the fire chief in Coon Rapids. Imagine he's on that truck somewhere.
And they have just recently purchased a new fire truck, a new pumper. It has a telesquirter ladder and a waterway which will allow a crew to flow up to 1,000 gallons of water per minute, up to 50 feet in the air in a matter of about 3 minutes. And we saw that not so long ago in action.
And that's going to do it for the parade. I see some regular looking vehicles coming towards us. I guess our job is done.
Well, it's really been fun, Karen, and I've really been pleased with the parade because it's had such a variety.
Yes, I'm interested to find out what happened with the judges.
Yes, maybe we'll find out who got the awards yet.
Yes, I wonder if we'll
Okay.
be able to get that yet today, or
right.
if not, we'll put that in post for you folks at home.
Okay, that'll be a good idea too. Well, thanks.
And thank
signing
you.
off, I
Yes,
guess.
from the first annual 4th of July parade, Karen Savanich from Marlis Moon. Thank you so much, and we'll see you again next year.
See you.